Silk painting with me, Ilona Sture. Today I'm gonna show you how I painted this butterfly, very graphic image, and a little bit free painting today. I will paint pure silk and I will use solvent-based resist. The silk is already stretched over the frame and the size of the pattern is adjusted to the size of the silk. And I had already folded the sheet in half twice to find the center. It could be measured with a ruler, but I find it easier to bend the sheet. I mark the compositional center. This will be the square in which I will fit the butterfly. And this is the image that serves as my reference. I'm going to change the proportions of this butterfly and fit it into the square. Normally I put a marker around the image to make it visible through the silk. Besides, the silk is dense this time. Still, I need to add some landmarks in pencil. The weather today is changing every 5 minutes. That's why the white balance jumps and the camera automatically changes focus. Sorry about that. Now I change the size of the field the butterfly is placed in. I pinned the drawing to the silk with pins, and to make the drawing closer to the surface of the silk, I put down a couple of books. I use a solvent-based resist with a metal tip screwed onto the tube, which allows me to draw a better line. Sometimes drops form on the tip, which can be removed with paper. I have shown this trick before. It's if you want to draw a perfectly straight line. So I put two stacks of books on either side of the frame, put a straight board on the top of them, and draw the resist line by resting the tube on the board. The tube goes like on rails. I bring the line to the edge of the seal. And do the same on the other side. When the resist is dried properly, I take out the drawing and start painting. Water, only black paint for a while, a plate as a palette, porous paper to dry the brush, and brushes, of course. So far, no picturesqueness, just even covering it with one color. I choose a graphic butterfly on purpose for today's design. Nothing complicated, I just paint neatly as in a child's coloring book. The more reaction you give, the better. Thank you. I wet this area with water and I should have taken a bigger brush, but for some reason I didn't. And the same on the second side. I drew a kind of abstraction by free painting. Now I took acrylic paint for this bright color to make small accents. I cover the image with paper so as not to splatter paint on it. I just fill the side margins with black paint. I could have used a larger brush here too, but I know it splatters. I decided to make a color change and add some purple. And now I see that the bottom and top margins became too light after drying, so I will tint them a little. Too light tone. I need to add black. And the same on this side. I emphasize the border a little bit. Almost dry brush on the wet background. I add some accents. Those lines that I don't like I blur with water. signature.